At the beginning of the movie, a strange light starts flickering at a train station. A man wearing black glasses appears, looking around with great curiosity. When thieves steal an old woman's bag, the man tries to help, but the police catch him instead. They ask for his ID, ticket, and luggage, but he has none, claiming he doesn't travel by train and doesn't need luggage. He insists on keeping his sunglasses on, saying the light on Earth is too bright for him. Due to his odd behavior and lack of identification, the police take him to the station. On the way, he continues to look around with fascination, as if seeing everything for the first time. The police discover his name is Prot, but nothing else. Prot claims he is an alien from the planet K-PAX, 1,000 light-years away in the Lyra constellation. Thinking Prot is mentally ill, they send him to a psychiatric hospital in Manhattan, where Dr. Mark Powell takes his case. Mark reads Prot's files and calls him in for counseling. Prot explains that K-PAX is a much larger planet than Earth, with 2 stars that rise simultaneously every 200 years. Due to the lack of light, they rely on their 7 moons. Prot claims he traveled to Earth using light technology, something humans won't understand for 100 million years. Mark is skeptical and asks how Prot speaks perfect English, and why he looks human. Prot says learning English was easy, and he appears human because he's on Earth. On K-PAX, he looks like a K-PAXian. Prot mentions he has visited Earth several times out of curiosity. Prot's behavior in the hospital is exemplary, befriending patients, doctors, and staff. He meticulously notes down everything he sees. During tests, it's discovered Prot can see ultraviolet light, which no human can. Prot explains his evolution on K-PAX allows him to see high-density light, but it also harms him, hence the sunglasses. In a dimly lit session, Prot removes his glasses and describes life on K-PAX, where there are no families, marriages, or governments. Society raises children collectively, and everyone knows right from wrong, unlike humans who often misunderstand and conflict over ideas. Mark remains unconvinced and discusses Prot with his astronomer friend Steve. They devise advanced questions to test Prot's knowledge. Meanwhile, Prot helps other patients by giving them tasks, like finding the blue bird of happiness, which brings hope and joy to the patients. Prot answers all of Steve's advanced questions correctly, shocking both Mark and Steve. Prot refuses to reveal light travel technology, stating humans are not ready and would go insane with such knowledge. He provides accurate astronomical details about K-PAX, further confusing the scientists who cannot determine if he is genuinely an alien or a well-informed human. Harvey, a patient looking for the blue bird, finally sees one, lifting the spirits of all the patients. They begin to believe in Prot and ask for his help. Prot promises to take one of them to K-PAX. When Mark confronts Prot, Prot reveals he must return to K-PAX on July 27th. Mark realizes something significant happened to Prot almost 5 years ago, around July 27. Suspecting a traumatic event, he invites Prot to his home for dinner with Steve and his family. During the visit, Prot panics at the sight of water flooding the garden, indicating a deep-seated trauma. When Mark's boss learns about Prot's claims and behavior, he grows concerned that Prot, despite seeming calm, might be dangerous and capable of violence. He orders Prot to be subjected to more aggressive treatment. However, Mark persuades his boss to try a different approach. He explains that Prot mentioned arriving on Earth on July 27th, 4 years ago, and that he plans to leave on the same date this year. Mark believes something traumatic happened to Prot on that date, which needs to be uncovered through hypnosis. The boss agrees, and Mark goes to find Prot, but learns from patients that Prot has gone to the North Pole to gather information for his report, which he needs to submit upon returning to K-PAX. Mark searches the entire hospital, but cannot find him. The patients suggest Prot might have traveled by light speed, making him invisible. After 3 days, Mark finds Prot sitting on a tree in the garden, writing in his diary. Mark, initially angry, calms down when Prot explains he needed to gather information before returning to K-PAX. Mark then convinces Prot to undergo hypnosis to learn more about his past. During the hypnosis session, Prot reveals he is 170 years old and has a friend on Earth whom he has visited since he was 17. Prot describes recent memories of this friend, including a tragic event on July 27th, 4 years ago, involving the friend's wife and daughter. Prot's friend attempted suicide after the incident, which deeply disturbed Prot. Mark suspects Prot's friend is actually himself, and that Prot has multiple personality disorder, with the personality of Prot created to cope with the trauma. Meanwhile, a patient named Arnie, who had been afraid of germs and diseases, is completely cured, thanks to Prot's advice. Prot helped Arnie realize that germs and diseases are a normal part of life, giving him the strength to overcome his fears. This was Harvey's second task, with one more left for his complete recovery. Mark, intrigued by Prot's influence, researches old news and finds that a man named Robert tried to commit suicide in a river on July 27th, 4 years ago. He visits the location and speaks to local police, who take him to Robert's house, which matches Prot's descriptions. The police explain that Robert's wife and daughter were brutally attacked and killed by a thief while Robert was out. Upon returning, Robert found them and was so devastated that he fought the thief and then tried to wash the blood from his hands before attempting suicide. Mark deduces that Robert and Prot are the same person, with Robert's mind creating the Prot personality to cope with the trauma. However, he still believes there is more to Prot's story. Mark theorizes that Prot, an actual alien, sensed his friend's distress and traveled to Earth at light speed. When Robert couldn't cope with the tragedy, Prot entered his body to protect him. Mark returns to the hospital where a party is being held for Prot's last night. Harvey asks Prot about his final task, and Prot reveals it is to live on Earth, ensuring Harvey will recover soon. After the party, Mark invites Prot to his cabin for a drink, feeling a mix of emotions about Prot's departure. During their conversation, Prot advises Mark to reconcile with his son and involve him in his life, revealing a deep understanding and care for human relationships. Mark, still unsure whether Prot is truly an alien or a split personality, feels a strong bond with Prot and recognizes the positive impact he has had on everyone at the hospital. As July 27th approaches, Mark dreams of K-PAX, seeing the purple sky and moons as Prot had described. He wakes up abruptly as the time for Prot's departure approaches. Mark rushes to Prot's room where everyone is watching via cameras. Suddenly, the cameras turn off and a strange light focuses on Prot's window. Prot stands, removes his glasses, and is engulfed in the light. When the light fades, Mark finds Prot unresponsive on the floor. The staff rushes in and takes him away, while the patients realize Prot's body remains, but his essence is gone. Mark discovers a letter on Baze's bed, revealing that Prot took Baze to K-PAX as he had no family or home on Earth. Life goes on for everyone at the hospital. Months later, Mark, now certain that Prot was truly an alien, continues caring for Robert, who remains in a catatonic state. Mark updates Robert on Harvey and Arnie's full recovery and new lives. Mark spends time listening to Prot's diary and recordings, believing that Prot might return someday. The film's final scene shows Mark at a station, picking up his son. They talk and leave together, symbolizing a new beginning. If you like this movie, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.